We're ready for the first beer from this month's Beer52 Oktoberfest. Is this going to be a great start to the big German festival? Check out the review to find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing this beer, and it's the only one from the Beer52 box in a can. All the others are bottles, but it's a lovely looking can there, lots of little sort of pills, and it's called Happy Pills. It's by the brewery, whether it's pronounced Brlo, B-R-L-O. They're from Berlin, and this is obviously a new age Pilsner, and it's a 4.9% in a 33ml can. Just before I start this, I just want to say, and I'm going to say this on all the Beer52 videos this month, is that I've still got 2 golden tickets to give away. So if you want to get free beer, then just stay right here, right now. So what you need is, all you need to do is like the video and put a comment down below. Every single one of these Beer52 videos that we do, so that's all 8 of, there'll be 8 videos throughout October, will be, anyone who comments on those will be entered in a draw. So if you comment on all of them, you'll get 8 more chances to win. And I've got 2 golden tickets to give away, and that's 8 free beers. So I know from last month when I did the last competition, I've already got people that have got their beer, and hopefully they're enjoying them. So without further ado, let's get on with this one. So this, what a new age Pilsner is like. I expect it to be a Pilsner, but hopefully a bit different. It's got in here, does it say hops are Citra, and it's also got Hercules and Huel melon. So we've had that before in a couple of the others, but I'm expecting it to be a nice Pilsner with a little bit more going on, a bit more fruit really. So, beer in a glass. Let's see if we can get all of the beer in as much as we can if possible. Looks like a traditional Pilsner. Very sort of golden, fairly clear, quite high levels of carbonation. We've got quite a fluffy white 2-finger head. It looks pretty good. The carbonation is moving pretty quickly up the glass, but it looks pretty good, like a good Pilsner should. Let's get some aromas. Yeah, I'm getting malty, biscuity sort of notes, what you would expect from a Pilsner. And there's also a subtle sort of hint of lemons, bit of citrus in there. I'm looking forward to this. Cheers, everyone. Yep, it tastes like a Pilsner, but there's an underlying sort of a bit more of a maltiness to the beer. And that gives it a little bit more bitterness on the back end than you would probably expect from a Pilsner. It's certainly quite crisp going in, but there is that, it's a lot more maltier, and more hoppier even. A combination of the malts and the hops really, that just give it a bit more body. It for me is very typical of a German beer that you might find in at Oktoberfest. It has that sort of ability to really sort of dry out your throat, makes you want to keep drinking it. It's really nice. There is a subtleness of citrus flavours in there, as you would expect. A really good Pilsner would have that, but it's nice. It's got a sort of medium to light body. It's not as fizzy as probably I expected. It's a really nicely balanced actually. The maltiness, it just gives it that little bit more. Whether I'd want to be drinking this all the time, I do find that a little bit with German beers, that it can be so dry that it can really sort of almost, almost like leaving a sort of fur on the back of your throat. But that makes you thirsty, and then you grab the first thing that's close, and it's a beer, and then you drink it. It's a good start. Let's get some scores. The scores are in for Happy Pills, a new age Pilsner from the Berlin brewery, called Brlo. That's the Berlin brewery. Lovely can. This, first things first, were aroma. I mean, it's Pilsners don't give off that much aromas, but it's got more than a lot of Pilsners and lagers have. Very sort of malty aromas, and then there's a little bit of biscuity, as you would expect, and then you've got a slight hint of citrus. It's not bad, but it's, you know, it's not over the top in terms of its aroma. So I'm giving it 11 out of 20. Appearance, well, I think it's lovely golden. You know, you've got a small little head there. It's still retaining its head, even down to that far down the glass that I've gone. So it's pretty good, 8 out of 10. Flavour wise, it's like a Pilsner that you expect. It has that sort of malty and that sort of slight, which gives it a slight bitterness on the back end, really. But it just gives it that bit more robustness, gives it a little bit more flavour than just sort of basically like a fizzy lager can be. Very, you know, sometimes, you know, the ones, I've said it before, but you know, if you buy your Fosters and Carlin, drink that, you know, this will be like the most amazing thing you've ever drank, because they pretty much are like fizzy water with alcohol in. So flavour wise, I'm giving it a 31 out of 40. It's quite nice, but I have had better Pilsners. Value for money, well, as you say, it's a beer 52, so we sort of class these about 7 out of 10, because it works out about £3 a can. And then my overall experience, well, it's refreshing. It's got a nice malty backbone to it with a little bit of citrus. I could think a few of these would be quite pleasant. So I'm giving it a 13 out of 20. Tossing those scores up, we get a 70 out of 100. It's the lowest of the recommended, really, but it's still pretty good at 70. A White Snake beer. Unfortunately, it's not Van Halen. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. But it's a 70. Could we get a Van Halen beer this month? Let's hope so. But that's not bad, and it's a good start to the Beer 52 box. And until the next one, you know what you need to do. Keep on rocking.